Hi, welcome back to the channel where today we are going to be discussing why storage containers are so important and a great addition to any prepper who wants to add a little bit more of secure storage onto any type of property. So this is our first.
Oh no, no.
Storage container that we've purchased, and it is 40 feet long. It is completely sealed off inside. It is waterproof, and it does have the extra height in the ceilings because I will be working in there. But right now you're probably picking up on a little bit of an echo because it is quite empty in there. We just started bringing stuff in, and this is a great way for us to secure up some of our generators, some of our solar generators, and bring them in. But one of the pros about having a storage container is, once again, secured storage. Now, another one is it's very discreet. We chose something that wasn't super bright. It wasn't like red or bright blue. And the way that we positioned it on this property is from all directions on the outskirts of this property, you cannot see this storage container, which is an amazing amount of storage, and it's not really compromised and seen to the naked eye. So I'm going to take you guys inside, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a loud echo, but I'll kind of break down some of the things that we are doing in there. So a great part about this storage container is it is 40 feet long. So you're probably picking up on the echo. It's a very hollow in here, but it is a large amount of room to store anything from dry foods, food, water storage, your tools, electrical, and honestly, your ammunition, your guns, those kind of things. We actually are probably moving a safe out into this location. So we are very excited to have such a wide, long storage container that is completely waterproof. So let's go talk over some of the things that we have in here. I'm gonna just kind of take you on a little tour. Sorry if the echo is super bad. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to edit that out, but as of right now, not so much, but let's get to it. All right, so first thing that we have in here is we do have a pallet and a chainsaw. We have some more tools. That's some of my streaming setup, some propane. One of the current projects, sorry, the dog's in the way, Dax, that I'm working on is growing potatoes out here. So I have some seed potatoes that we're gonna get out today, some MREs that we brought some extras out, a new toolbox to start out here, just, small hands. And then these are really awesome. They're a first aid kit, but we're going to see if we can mount them on the walls inside of here, just to have some of our extra supplies. First in here, we have water bottles, zip ties, plastic silverware, napkins. We're starting to prepare for everyone that will be coming out this way, to start working on the property, rope, battery chargers for our power tools, different power tools. Honestly, because we stock up on everything. I mean, there's even those disposable coffee cups, those kind of things are not really talked about on all the essentials that you're going to want on your property. Just those miscellaneous essentials. Of course, we will be adding a new first aid kit. There's a first aid kit in almost every area of everything that we have. So that's always great to have on hand. Talking about those miscellaneous, I call them miscellaneous essentials, having a lot of plastic silverware, napkins, paper plates, those ultimately will save you water as a resource. You would not want to be using your water to have to wash everything. So every time I go into the Dollar Tree or Walmart, or there's holidays, barbecues, all kinds of things that we do, I pull aside all of our extras, and then they're now getting carried out to here. So they will be used, whether it's at a barbecue, camping, or if there was an emergency. It's nice to know that you have those little extras. All right, and we also hauled out some dirt today, so we're just gonna plant about 12 pounds of seed potatoes, water them, and I'm gonna check on them in like 2 to 3 days, see how they're doing as we set up the drip line system. One of the next kits that we brought in has extra gloves, Carhartt jackets, hand warmers, anything for cold weather, because it does get really cold out here in the winter and it gets really hot out here in the summer. So we want to be prepared for the next season as we are moving into this season. All right, so another great thing about storage containers, not a lot of people think about. Well, I feel like nowadays maybe more and more are starting to think about it, but you can live in one. You can. So we can use this as extra space for somebody to stay in while we are building here. We also have the camper here, but it can be used. It's safe, it's secure, it keeps you out of the elements, it keeps you dry. You can add all kinds of things. When we were overseas, we lived in storage containers, and you can add windows, you can add doors, you can upgrade them anyway. I watch so many different channels that have people, you know, customizing their storage containers to create them into little mini houses. It's completely feasible. And during the summer, you're gonna see me out in here a lot. I'm probably gonna bring a cot out so that I can stay out here in it, and while I'm filming and working on stuff, so that we can get things done. And also we have the camper too. So it's great to have just that extra secured location that's also completely shielded from the elements. So what was I gonna ask you?
What's a benefit of having a storage
got it. All right, so what's a benefit of having a storage container?
Well, the storage container allows us, one, to get out of the elements, which is really nice. It's 90 degrees out and the wind is blowing 40 miles an hour, so it's nice to be in here with you and the dogs and whatnot. So definitely out of the elements is a good thing. Also allows us to increase our tools, the ability just to have certain things like chainsaws.
And not worry about theft.
Yeah, chainsaws and chop saws and all the saws, but definitely increasing our tools, increasing our power sources, and really increasing the ability for the function of the homestead, of the property. And then we could build off of it. I would love to, you know, get another 40-foot storage connex running parallel to it and build kind of a makeshift shed.
Like the arch over it?
Yeah, the arch over it, where we could, you know, put our four-wheelers side by side, whatever, a boat,
or the camper,
maybe.
And it's completely sealed off so that the wind doesn't mess with it.
Yeah, and the storage container is amazing, and it's gonna get filled with a lot of good things, and it's a lot of hard work, a lot of love, but a lot of resiliency, a lot of effort. So. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
I wasn't glowing on that side. Would you live in a storage container?
Crazy question, because I have lived in a storage container.
Same.
Spent 11 and a half months overseas in one of these things. So they are, you know, you could live with, if it's big enough, you could fit 3. You could definitely live with 2 comfortably. Slap in an AC unit.
I know you guys can't see, but the German Shepherd is like right below us, and he is very, very excited.
He's excited, and we don't want him to break the camera.
He doesn't want to go by the camera because he's a little nervous.
But yes, definitely lived in one of these, you know, for 11 months of my life, and it's kind of where we met. Don't know if you want to put that on the internet, but you know, you drill out a hole and put an AC unit and some doors. Also.
And that's one of the big projects that we do have coming up. Is we have a friend that ran multiple solar panels off the top of their Connex, and they put a air conditioning unit, hooked it all up to power, and also a heating element so that it didn't damage their food storage that they had stored out there. And it's a really cool setup. I think we're going to have to like triple that size, because I think this storage container is probably a little bit longer, so it's gonna be more of an area to climatize, but it's all a possibility.
Yeah, we could run Starlink and solar power and a rain collector system off these things, but I've seen some really cool things built out of metal storage containers.
Same.
Yeah, small homes, cool sheds.
I think this is bigger than my first apartment, to be very honest.
It's massive.
It's massive.
Brand new. We could eat off the floor right now. Not that you'd want to, but hey, when in Rome.
And as always stay aware, stay prepared, always have your head on a swivel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one.